Hi, welcome back. We're now going to start with the next section, receipting and receipt corrections. I'd just like to show you again from the Learning Center where we've started with the diary medical data management. We set appointments, what area, clinical, billing corrections we've done for claim administration. As you can see on the Learning Center, there will be a link for you as well where you can view what we have just discussed. And please remember, you must look at your claim administration under that admin switch history tab. Follow up on your rejections and follow up on your your errors and your flagged for submissions. If you leave those claims, they will become stale. You must react on those statuses. Go through all your rejections and remember the 4 R's. You can only start with a medical aid claim by reversing it, and then you can resubmit it or redo it, and when you're happy with payment received or when you've sorted out all your claims, then you end with resolve. So if you resolve every day, you should only see yesterday's rejections, and it's an easy way to manage your claims then from there on in the future. So now we're going to start with our receipting. So we talk about medical aid receipts, or the ERAs, the electronic remittance advices, and we're obviously going to start with the patient receipts. So that's the patients that will pay at reception or in the practice the moment before they leave, or for other reasons when they make EFT payments, for instance, into your bank account. So let's discuss the patient receipts first. So you will see there's a link. When you click also on that link, it will take you to that, and again there will be a web video so you can see and follow the instructions again on your own as we go along. So from the website, let's look at our clients that we've booked so far. We had Susan. Now if you look at Susan Boyle here, that was reloaded to the right hand side. Now I can see there's a green I and a red A. So the green I tells me invoices paid in full or outstanding patient. So for this billing nothing happened, but if I go a bit to the second one, I will see medical aid 991.94, but still the total medical aid one is 13314. There is an outstanding amount, but this outstanding amount is under account, and this comes back from another billing that was done on the previous date. So the idea is that if I have a patient now in front of me, for instance, Naidu, I've seen him today, I've billed him immediately, send a claim to the medical aid, immediately change to a red eye because the medical aid rejected everything because of no funds. Immediately it shifted to patient outstanding. So the patient should pay this before he walks out. Now depending on, again, your type, if you're working with a hospital or dialysis or something where the patient is in the hospital, you can even use a tablet and do this billing while you walk around between the patients. Otherwise, this will come back to the office admin and you will bill it obviously back for yesterday, and just follow under the instruction thing to make sure the patient pays it when they can. So now I'm working on the principle, I've billed my patient, send a claim to the medical, it's been rejected immediately, the patient is now standing at reception. How am I going to take the money from the patient? So if I click on this hat Naidu, and I can see there's a patient outstanding amount in the top right corner in my status. For the invoice, medical aid is exactly the same. So now I move down and I will see a receipt button. So when I click on that receipt button, I should be able now to take his cash or card payment. And this is a very easy system in that sense. So you can do this quick and fast. So the moment I click on my receipt, we assume that the patient is paying that outstanding amount that's currently now on the invoice. So 1016.51 will be paid now. So when I click on receipt, it will open up my receipt screen. And how do I see what's happening here? Let me just explain to you. In the top right corner, there I can see GP41 Khat Naidu. So now I know who's the patient I'm currently on, or the member. Now I can see the date is today's date. If you capture backwards, it's possible, but it should be today's date because I'm receiving the money now. Then I need to select my cash ledger. How is this captured in the GoodX system? Is it a card, electronic, or bank if it comes in via EFT? But in your scenarios, you should only be able to see card, electronic, and cash. So if he pays by cash, I will select cash. In this scenario, the payment type is also cash. You only will have your 4 basic types: cash, card, credit, and electronic. The cash ledger is how it's defined in GoodX and how it will be managed in the financial side in GoodX. But in all scenarios, it should always be the same. If you select cash at the top, it should be a payment cash. If it's card, it's card. And if it's EFT, it should be EFT. Comments. Here you can fill in what you require. Thank you for your payment. If you write out physical manual receipts still, you can write in there the physical receipt number, what other information you require, or you can just leave it blank. It's very good auditing control if you do write out manual receipt to actually put in your manual receipt number here as well as reference. Okay, then you have reference number, same there, you can just fill it in, and the comments are usually the ones that's printing under statements. Then the total here is the amount that you receive from your patient, and that's usually the full outstanding amount of this invoice or the billing you've done already. You will see here the total is 106.51. If you look at the right hand side, here will be the outstanding invoice that's linked to this consultation or booking. And you can see here it's had GP41, NIDA description 106551, and the patient outstanding amount is already filled in for you. So once you click on that receipt button, GoodX will automatically accept and assume that the patient is paying the full outstanding amount. So we will fill in the 10651 here, the total on the left hand side, and automatically fill in the 1016151 in the right hand side at the patient side, and fill in the amounts next to the item levels. So we will put in a breakdown of all the codes as it was originally billed. Here we will also do the distribution for that amount. So in this scenario, if the patient pays cash, we will put in 106.5, and here we have an amount tendered. So if he's given you 1,100 and you tab, we can show you here that he's paying the full account. He's given you 1,100 Rand because, and now I'm going to give him change of 83.49. The button allocate to patient just means it will put it into the patient column on the right hand side. If I'm dealing with medical aid and it's one payment alone, I can allocate it on the medical aid side, or I can clear the amounts and even have a shifting options, but for now I'm not going into that detail. So just allocate it to the patient side, whatever the change must be for the patient, and I just simply click on post to finalize this receipt. So what is important here, I click on the receipt button, put in cash, fill in any comments if required. Look at the total amount, what they are paying. If they give you cash, put in amount tendered, 1,100, check your change, check the right hand side, all the columns in the patient side should be filled in, and the amount at the top of 10161.51 should be equal to the total on the left hand side. And then I just simply click on post. The moment I click on post, the system will try and auto-generate a receipt for you. So yes, we can print a receipt from the web system. It will generate as a PDF. You will just open up that PDF and then you can just simply print it from your computer for the patient. It shows you all your details, and it shows you the codes that was billed, and the patient paid cash, and how much did they pay you, 1016.51. No discount was given here, no write-off of small amounts. He paid the full outstanding amount. Then just close that. Now if I look at my total here on the right hand side, immediately my I is also still green because it was and the A is also now green. The account is paid in full. If you look here in the sidebar on the right hand side, my invoice, everything is now 0, and the account is also now 0. So at any stage when I do this receipt, so let's look at Susan now. She owes me 114.36. So the moment I click on that receipt, it does not give me any information. It's blank. The reason for it is that 116 is because it's an outstanding invoice of a previous visit. So if I click here on show all invoices, it will show me anything that has happened before and that's seen. So there I can see it's an outstanding amount of 991, but that's on the medical aid side, so the patient is not paying for that. And then I look here, there's Susan again for the 26th of March. And that invoice is outstanding on the patient side 116.36. So if the patient's going to pay this, a partial payment on this, for instance, or a payment agreement, or whatever the scenario might be, I'm going to select card because he's paying by card, or EFT, then you will select electronic and GoodX. So I'm going to say card again, so he's now at your practice. And the amount, I've got now a choice. Do I fill in the full 116 or 114.36, or is it a partial payment? So whatever they pay you, you fill it in. So if they pay the full account, you put in 1136. 114.36. And allocate to patient amount, and then the system will automatically fill it in on the right hand side. If they decide I only pay you 80 bucks, you just put in 80 and you say allocate to patient, and automatically it will fill in 80 Rand next to the 114. But remember, if you do this, GoodX will always start allocating it manually or automatically from the top to the bottom. So the first codes where there's an outstanding amount will get the full amount. Second or third codes after that will not be allocated. You are more than welcome to reallocate or distribute these amounts to the right codes. But if you let GoodX manage this and you say allocate to patient button here under the change, then we will allocate it according to all those outstanding codes first, and then work our way down to the most latest. So when you click on that show all invoices, it will show you all the invoices, medical aid and patient, on previous visits or treatments or procedures that have taken place in theatre, whatever the case might be. And you need to make sure whatever you fill in your total is also specified in the right hand side to the correct date, to the correct patient, to the correct codes. So if this is now 80 bucks, so next month they can pay another 80 Rand. And you can just do the same until the account is paid in full, or multiple scenarios have been paid up. Even in scenarios, this can go the other way around. So the patient can pay more than what is outstanding. So if they accidentally paid into your bank account with an EFT 200, you can specify the 200, allocate it to the full patient outstanding amount, and then you will see here on unallocated, it will show you 85.64. This will become an unlinked receipt in GoodX. Be always careful of unlinked receipts. It means it must be reallocated later to any outstanding billing that will take place in the future. Yes, why will this happen? Patients pay in advance, they pay deposit on certain theatres or procedures, or they overpay because they misunderstood the account or whatever the reason might be. So we will allow unallocated payments because you will have a credit on this patient's file on the patient side because he paid more than what he should have paid. If you need more information on your unlinked receipts, please look at the manual, otherwise contact your FCL so that they can guide you through that process. The system will automatically in the future, when you have posted unlinked receipts, will try and allocate it automatically with new billing. But at this stage, please make sure you contact your FCL and make sure that you are happy how to reallocate these unlinked payments in the future. So we cover for basic all scenarios here. You will have short payments, so you will pay less and you can pay multiple payments. So just change your total amount to whatever should be paid, or the patient is paying more than what is outstanding on that side of the patient. And the allow medical aid button, be very careful of this, because here you force us to take the patient's money and allocate it to the medical outstanding amount. Be very careful if you do that, because remember, if the patient pays that portion and the medical aid pays a week later, the medical aid is going to be in a credit. And then I need to refund the patient anyway as well. So be careful of setting anything on the medical aid side unless you have received payment from the medical aid. Okay, so I fill in all my details. I just paid this guy in full again, so I'm just going to put in the full amount. That's 114.36. I'm going to say allocate to patient, and then I check the right hand side. Yes, it's linked perfectly to that patient side. It's now being paid. and the code of the Panamos is also being paid, and then I just click on post. The moment I click on post, it will start generating the receipt again in PDF, open it up and print it for the patient if they want it. Now again, nothing outstanding on the patient side. So by just checking this CDSIs, there's no I's, that is red. It tells me I have no outstanding invoices for today. If there's any A that is red, it tells me there is an outstanding account of a previous visit. So that's why I said to you also in the beginning, this booking of loading the patient on this diary is a very nice control, because just looking at it, I can immediately pick up where patient is still outstanding by looking at the red I or looking at the red A. So let's just look again. Susan Boyle, Peter, I'm just going to quickly book another patient. Let's just say consultation, and I'm going to load someone else here that I haven't loaded before. Let's look at Jordan, and I'm going to save it. Change this to ready. I'm going to click on invoice, check the coding. That one is wrong, that one is wrong. I'm happy with that. Everything should be patient outstanding. Yes, I'm going to post it. No diagnosis. Fix the diagnosis. So the system will warn you if there's something wrong. And then I say post. Everything else on the patient side. Yes, so now my I is red. My A is red, telling me there's a patient outstanding amount. He owes me 1,540 cents. He's going to pay by card immediately, so I'm clicking on receipt. I choose card, and my payment type, I select credit card, and I comment. I'll just say thank you, for instance. 1,500 is paid, 1,540 is paid. Yes, happy with that. Left hand side is filled in 1,500 in total. Right hand side, the patient is also filled in 1,540, and I just click on post. The receipt should take you 5 seconds, 10 seconds at the most to post. There's no reason why you can't say you could not capture the cash or card payments while the patient was not there. It should be quick and fast. Immediately my I changes to green, invoice paid. My A changes to green, account paid. If there's any questions on patient receipts or patient payments, just quickly ask on the live chat. I'm now going to move over quickly to my ERAs and just explain to you the ERA functions and how it more or less works. Again, this is a test environment, so we do not have live ERA functions that I can show you, but at least I can explain to you how the scenarios will look like and what to expect more or less. Just want to see if I can get a quick picture here to show you. For the life system. Okay, to see the ERAs and to access the ERAs, first of all, you need to sign a contract that will enable us to get your claims electronically from the medical aids. This is signed by Discovery and with another company that enables us to do that, so please make sure in your installation documentation that you got from GoodX that has been enabled. So what that means is when you send your claims to the medical aids, you get automatically on the payment runs of the medical aids an ERA electronically back into GoodX. We are not posting it automatically at this moment, so you still need to go into our admin functions, call up the ERA function, click on that ERA and import it into GoodX. And then you must manage it from there as well. How do I get to that function? You go to your admin here at the top, the same way we went to the claim history. Once you click on admin, you will see now ERA management. The moment you click on that, all your new ERAs will show here. If that filter tick is on, it says new, it will show already here. and you can just simply select that ERA, and then you can say import, and at the moment you select it on this list, there will be an import button here that says import selected, or you can do import all new ERAs even if you want to. So the moment you clicked on it, it will now change. So it will say here import creation date will change to a new date, when it was imported, who imported it, and the status will show imported, and the progress will say 100%. If it's 100%, it means you can go on and actually edit this ERA and post it, and the system will generate the receipts on all the medical aid patients where payment was made by the medical aids. If it's not 100%, it will show you a percentage, 80% progress, or whatever the case might be. It means this is manual intervention. You're going to click on that line of Discovery or MedScheme or Bonitas or GEM, whatever might be here, and you will select it, edit it, and then try and discover and see why can't GoodX allocate that amount automatically, and you can overrule our manual automatic allocation by changing that allocation to whatever you need. I just want to see if I can show this to you. So if I click on that ERA batch, the moment that it's been imported, it will show me here resolved, yes or no, and this is why we do not have a 100% match, and this is why you need to do manual intervention. So please make sure from your FCL that they will give you training on this function specifically when you go live with the ERAs. Please book it with the FCL, so the moment you get your first ERA that she can log in with TeamViewer and assist you through this whole process. You need to understand when you need to resolve these claims if we cannot auto resolve it, so that you need to be aware of how to do your manual intervention on this. Just want to see if I've got another picture for you about this. Let's see, 100%. What is this one? So please make sure from your FCL that you have access to that. Pre-book them for your first ERA so that you know how to capture that information. How do I get to this ERA again? I went to my admin and I will go to ERA management. Click on Discovery, for instance, here. Then you click on here the button, there will be import selected ERA. Once you click on it, the status will change to imported, the progress will change to 100%. If it's 100%, you just click on it again, and then there will be a button here at the bottom that says Edit ERA. When you click on Edit that ERA, it will open up, and then you will have a new option at the bottom of that screen that says Post ERA. So you have 3 buttons to click here. The first button is to import your Discovery batch of 20 patients, and then it will say 100%. Then you will click on that imported batch and you will say edit your ERA. That's your second step, and then when you're happy with that allocation that we have done automatically, you will click on post ERA to get the receipts to show on the patient's accounts. If it's not 100%, then you will edit that ERA and try and manually allocate it, because any unallocated amounts will go to your suspense account, and then you need to transfer that suspense account payment to accounts if you figure out where the money should have gone to. Please make sure from your FCL that you are aware how to do that. If there's any questions on the ERA, just please let us know, and also please make sure you have your FCL booked for your first ERA for these scenarios. Okay, so now I've captured my patient receipt. So that is every time a patient makes a payment either via EFT or credit card or cash at reception or at my practice. And then you will get your automatic ERAs, your electronic remittance advices will be imported into GoodX. You still must do the 3 steps. You must import it, you must edit it, and you must post it on every ERA that comes in. Then when you posted it, it will show on the account. So if I look at here, for instance, now Jordan that is paid, and I go to the account, I will see now that is my 1,500 was invoiced, but the turnover is also 1,500, but my cash flow is now minus 1,500. So my cash flow will indicate if there's any outstanding amount that has been settled or paid, partially paid, overpaid doesn't depend on the scenarios. The cash flow will indicate your receipt has been captured. To actually see that receipt that was captured, I am in the account screen, and then here next to the invoices you have your receipts tab. When you click on that receipt tab, now you will see when did he pay, how did he pay, and what was your text that you filled in and that comment. So here I can see he paid on the 26th and he paid on the 28th. On the 26th he did an electronic, and on the 28th he paid via credit card. How do I get to that again? Just to show, I stand on this booking, I go into the account, I select that line and I go to receipts, and there I will immediately see my receipt that was captured. At any stage you can download that receipt again if you want to print it to the patient, or you can even email that receipt directly to the patient by clicking on that email button, and then we attach the receipt as a PDF, and you just simply mail it to the patient if they want to see this receipt or get it from you. In the same line here, this is where I can cancel or reverse any receipt that you've posted incorrectly. So if this receipt should not be on this patient, then I will reverse it here. Or if you captured the wrong amount, I need to reverse the full wrong amount and capture the correct amount. So let me show you how I will do that on this account. So I know now this account is paid, and I go into the account details and I see, oh, but that 346 should not be there, it's on the wrong patient. I've captured this receipt on the wrong file. I need to cancel it. It must go off of this account. This account must be outstanding with 34620. So how do I cancel that receipt? It's a receipt reversal. You go to this receipt tab there in the left corner, and then I select that 346, and then I click on this button that says reverse receipt. It's that little arrow that you can see that pointing back, and this is to reverse the receipt. So I click on that, and now it will ask me what is the reason why I'm doing this. Wrong patient. And then I just simply fill in my reason, and then I click on OK. And immediately we generate the reversal for that. So you will now see wrong patient file with a plus amount, indicating that that minus 346 was now cancelled. And again, if I go, now I can see it's again outstanding. And if I go back to my invoices, I will see that is now outstanding again on the medical aid side. Now I do have the option to maybe shift this to the patient if I want the patient to settle this, and I click on shift to patient to shift it to the patient's side. So at any time you can go in and do that reversal, and then you can recapture the receipt depending on what was the reason. Recapture it to the right file, or just capture it again on this file if the amount was incorrect. You can't fix a partial amount. If you made an incorrect receipt with a wrong amount, you must do the reversal in full. That's the only option you will have, and you must post the receipt again. If you captured also accidentally as a credit card and it should have been cash, the same principle, you will go to receipts and you will reverse it and capture it again. At any stage you can print that receipt again or email it to the patient. If there is any questions on the ERAs, please make sure you contact your FCL so that you can run through that ERA. It's the best thing to do when you go live via TeamViewer. They connect with you and they show you how to capture your first ERA. If you try it on yourself, you're more than welcome. If you need help, just let us know. They will send you the necessary information. Also, remember, you can do your receipt. Of course, the patient is booked today. What if someone makes a payment electronically into your bank account? If it's not been here, was here 6 months ago, 2 months ago, how do I capture that receipt? You go to debtors. Remember this debtors here at the top left corner. It's for all my files that is not for today visible on the diary. So from here, you will search that patient out of the list. And if there is an outstanding amount, like let's look at this one, TEP or test, is 140 Rand outstanding. So now I can go to receipt here in the right hand side and capture the receipt directly from there. It pays by card, or let's say this one is EFT, put in your comment, show all invoices because he was not here today, so I want to see all his outstanding amounts. And then I say, okay, there is a 140.10 that he was going to pay. How much did he pay into your account? 140 and 0.01, and then I'm going to say allocate to make sure it's allocated to the right side, and then you're just simply going to click on post. If it's an account with multiple outstanding invoices, you always will use again this show all invoices and then distribute the money through all the invoices that was paid before. So now if I go into this guy's account, it should now, oh, I made a mistake. He paid 140.01 cent, and he should have paid 140.10 cents. So I can now immediately fix that by going to receipts again, reverse the receipt immediately when I put in the wrong amount, and I click on OK. It will reverse it, and I go and say do new receipt, and I again put in electronic, and he paid me, show all invoices, 140. This is now another account that I'm currently on, let's say 420.10 cents. And 12 cents, put in the right amount according to what it should be and allocate it to where it should go. And then click on post. So again, patient receipt should take you literally a few seconds to maybe a minute or two, depending on what you need to do. If there's any questions, just put it onto the live chat, and then we're going to close this section, and we're going over to our debt management that we will start then at 3 o'clock. If there's any other questions, just let us know on the live chat. Thank you. See you a bit later.